Hiya team, we are back to vlogging. I'm down here just adjusting my sweater and the waistband of my pant. Today's vlog, we are going to be hinching in the States. Now if you don't know what hinching is, you need to go and be following Mrs. Hinch on Instagram. She just hit 1 million subscribers and she's just wonderful. She has the most infectious personality and her whole thing is hinching, which is just really fun cleaning. She names her cleaning products. She names her, did I say products? I think I listened to too many UK-based vloggers and Instagrammers because that kind of stuff just comes out of my mouth sometimes. She names all of her products, her cloths and her sponges and whatever, and the mailman has just gone and made my day because this delivery from Amazon just got here. So one of the sponges, cloths that Mrs. Hinch uses, she calls her Minke, which is, I guess it's like a UK-based company or something, I don't know. I could have probably waited until they were back in stock and had them imported to the States or gotten from a distribution center here in the States, but instead I hunted around for something that looked similar and I found these on Amazon, the Star Fiber sponges, which are a different shape than Mrs. Hinch's Minke sponge, but one side is like a texturized scrubber and the other side is like a microfiber cloth. So you can scrub and sort of, I guess, polish, or if you don't need quite as much abrasive material. And it came in a pack of 5 random colors, or 4 rather, I guess. So yellow and green, I'll take it. I don't really have a preference. So I actually do have a plan for these guys. And I was going to wait and go to Target. In fact, I had just touched up my lipstick to go out to Target to pick up a couple of other Hinch-like supplies for the afternoon's activities when I heard the mailman pull up with my new sponges. So now I'm at a bit of a loss. I don't know if I should go to Target first and pick up more Hinch supplies or if I should just get to scrubbing. I think I'm going to go to Target first, try to beat all the school buses in the afternoon traffic. It's a Friday. I do my vlogging Friday through Sunday pretty much because I actually have time to wander around with my camera and do interesting things. Well, semi-interesting. I think they're interesting. We're gonna roll with it. So that, and I've just touched my lipstick up and I'm still really loving this. This is the MAC Powder Kiss in the shade Burning Love, which I hated when I first tried out. Not the color, the lipstick, but you should go check out the review video that I did where I literally changed my mind about the product on camera and you can find out why. So I think I'm gonna leave this little guy in charge of the box, supervisory duties, and we're gonna go to Target. Today I've got on just a palm hat. I think this might have been H&M 1 or 2 years ago. The same red scarf that I was wearing last weekend, and actually virtually the exact same outfit. I've got the red tank top on again. I'm doing the same off-the-shoulder V-neck knit, but in cream this time. Also last year H&M, their knit sweater. I am just going to be carrying this bag from 31 Gifts and some light, skinny buckle denim with the Ugg boots that match the hat. Extra light there. Hey, that's okay. Back from Target a little bit later than planned. I went and grabbed coffee with a friend of mine, so that was kind of nice. So we've already got the sponges. Pretty excited about those. One thing that's kind of funny about this whole hinching thing is the brands are different in the UK. So for example, the fabric softener that she uses is Lenore fabric softener. And I'm actually pretty sure that it's exactly the same thing as Downy here in the States. So that's just kind of been like an interesting thing. So I'm just picking up stuff that I think will do well. So did I just show you this or was I just gesturing with it? This is a Swiffer duster. I got it with the 3-foot extender thing. Mrs. Hinch uses something that it's kind of like this kind of cling duster. Well, I'll just open it and show you, won't I? Probably, maybe. Oh, okay. So you pull it out, fluff it up. And this guy just grabs onto lots of little dusties and things in all of those weird and annoying kind of cracks and crevices. So this is gonna be super cool. I'm thinking of this for blades of a ceiling fan, actually. Really excited about that guy. And he actually came with a couple of extra fillers in there too. Picked up these. I use the Airwick wall plugs to keep my house smelling good, and they put out some of their seasonal scents. This is the apple cinnamon. It had a little sniffer there. That's gonna be divine, but I think I'm gonna have to keep that on a low dial. Too much of that'll knock you right out. This is the static guard you saw me pick up. This is going to be used on wool coats, and I'll show you that. Found a little squeegee guy. This was $1.99, and Mrs. Hinch uses this on her carpeted steps to squeegee up pet hair. Also very good for couches as well. So we have a really big sectional that gets exhausting to vacuum, so maybe if we can squeegee up the pet hair first and then just vacuum what we squeegee for $1.99. It's worth a try. Totally unrelated to Mrs. Hinch, but I like white coffee mugs and glass coffee mugs, but I've been really bored with just my smooth white ones lately. So I got this like bumpy textured one that I've had my eye on for a while. All right. And then I think I might have filmed myself grabbing these. This is Febreze Air Freshener. They also have out their seasonal fragrances, and they had pine and an apple one, but I figured since I got the apple plug-in, I would try something different. And I already knew what pine smelled like, but this one is Fresh Twist Cranberry. Oh yeah, that was a good choice. That is, oh, that's divine. So two bottles of those were on special for the value pack. Then I picked up, also not Mrs. Hinch related, but this was just in the dollar bin. They're little wine stoppers with a fall leaf and a gold pumpkin. So love that. Not that I often need to recork a wine bottle, but you know, if you do. And then you saw me grab these. These are the Green Works wipes. I went ahead and got them in the value pack. I like to use these on the floor around the cat bowls, and really anywhere that I know that they climb a lot, like on my workspaces upstairs, the IKEA tables. I just wipe them down with these because the cats spend a lot of time there. Around the litter box in the basement and stuff, so I wanted to make sure I picked up a few more of these. So now that my little Hinch haul is over, sort of, there were other things that I wanted to get, but I cut myself off. I am going to grab our new spongy, and I'm going to show you the first hinching project that I wanted to record. So one of the things Mrs. Hinch is really good about is woodwork, and I'm hoping that what'll show up on camera here are just all of these little nicks and marks and scuffs around your kitchen areas. If you have cats, you know how they always chin mark corners and stuff on doors and corners. You get a lot of dirt there from that. Another really good example is handrails, if you have painted handrails. So let me show you here. We're dealing with the white handrails, which should be white, but you can see how very, very dirty they get with hands and stuff going up and down all the time. So, how to clean those. Get yourself some rubber gloves if you like to preserve your manicures, like I do. And Mrs. Hinch says use your fabric softener. This is where I said, I'm pretty sure Downy and Lenore are the same thing, the same company. So, you take a capful, 2 capfuls I think, of Downy, which of course you can't open one-handed. Oh, there it goes. So let's see. And of course the first time I did this with unscented Downy. I didn't do the woodworking thing. I tried something else that she suggested with the fabric softener. And I was like, oh, I have fabric softener. And then I was like, idiot, it's unscented. So it still got the job done, but it didn't smell nearly as nice. So 2 capfuls of your fabric softener there, and warm water. I'm just using a glass bowl instead of a bucket because glass is not porous, and I don't have really like an appropriate sized bucket for this. So get that agitated a little bit, so it's going to be awesome. All right, I've got my bowl of fabric softener and water. I've got my Minka knockoff, and I'm just gonna get it in the water there, wring it out. I'm going to do that once or twice. This is a brand new sponge. And I'm going to go in with the scrubby side first on some of these and see what happens. Well, it took the cat's chin marks right off. These are a little bit harder, but they're definitely making waves. Oh, and the smell is just so good, you guys. Fabric softener, whoever would have thought this? Right then, so some of the deeper scratches and stuff, it's not really doing much, but I wanted to show you. So this right here, this filthy spot, that is from cats doing the chin marking bit. So I've got my trusty sponge here. And what I'm loving about this is I'm getting it dripped on myself, but because it's fabric softener, it's not even a big deal. Now watch this. I mean, gone. Gone like it's nothing. And then of course once you start seeing how filthy everything actually is, and you just keep going. It's amazing. Like, look at all that. Actually, that's where paint is chipping off the cabinets. Fabric softener is not going to do anything about that, but my goodness, look at the dirt it gets off. So I'm going to keep going around my kitchen with this, and then we're going to do the handrails on the stairs. So my battery died while I was working on the stairs, and I was able to continue, and I did the garage door, which I will throw up a before and after picture here for you guys to see. And I've only got 5% charged onto my battery right now, but what I wanted to show you is, I only hinched the bottom cabinets in my kitchen. I haven't done the top ones because frankly it's a little bit tiring. But look at the difference. These were both brand new today. You saw me open them. And look at all of the filth that this picked up just from doing half of my kitchen at the stair rail and the garage door. And also, before the battery dies, I don't know if you can tell because I didn't take a picture of the before, but look at how filthy that water is. So yeah, guys, get your hinching on. Hi guys, it is Saturday. I know you didn't think that we were done hinching just yet, but I just had to get my camera battery recharged. So, this is not something I've seen Mrs. Hinch do, but as we are in like a hinching theme video, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I finally have all of my equipment to do it. So, here, I'll just turn this around here so you can see. This is one of my winter coats. This is by Guess. This, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's actually like a really gorgeous deep wine color. But as you can see, it just is covered in lint. Oftentimes, like from a new fluffy scarf that I might buy to wear, or what have you, it just gets really, really linty, and that completely diminishes from the super chic look of the coat. So, I have two things that I'm going to be using today to try and fix this. Remember this guy from yesterday? Static guard. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lint brush. I used to use the kind with like the sticky rolls that you would do and pull the sheets off, but this guy is reusable. I think he cost about $3, maybe $4 at Target. So I'm going to use him to get all the lint off. Oop, that one's brushing the wrong way. Get all the lint off the coat, and then I'm going to hit the coat with Static Guard. Static Guard, it doesn't work quite the way that like a fabric protectant would, where you can just spray it like once a season and you're good to go. I would say probably, you know, like once a week maybe. Spray it down with this, and what this is supposed to do is prevent lint from sticking to it quite as much. So that's what I'm going to go in and do now. And then we're going to talk about this mystery substance, Zoflora, and we're going to hit the sink. really nice thing about this is it smells super laundry fresh. It's just the original scent, but it smells very, very fresh. And look at this, guys. Look at all that lint that I got off of my coat just using this guy. All of that was stuck to my coat. So now we're gonna let it dry with the static guard, and meanwhile, we're gonna have another talk about sinks. Okay, so first of all, wanted to let you guys know, since I am in my kitchen, I had my sliding glass door and a window open while I was spraying that static guard because it has like a nice laundry fresh smell. It doesn't smell quite as toxic, I guess, as the fabric protectant sprays do, but still, if you're gonna use something like that, I would recommend doing it in a well-fumigated area. That disclaimer aside, let's talk about Zoflora. So, like I said, Mrs. Hinch is based in the UK, and she's not the only UK-based YouTuber that I've seen talk about Zoflora, Z-O-F-L-O-R-A. And I looked it up, I've never heard of it. It is a concentrated disinfectant cleaner, which apparently smells really, really good, comes in all different scents. You can order it to the States, but it's not like something I see stocked in Target. So when I said concentrated disinfectant cleanser, I was like, all right, is it like Pine Sol, basically? Or like the Mr. Clean concentrate? So testing that theory, what I actually did is I put a little bit of Mr. Clean in the bottom of my bathtub, diluted in some water, scrubbed the crap out of my bathtub, and it was cleaner than it had ever been. Cleaner than scrubbing bubbles has ever made it. So I was like, holy cow. So what I did is I came to my kitchen. One of the things that Mrs. Hinch cleans regularly is her sink. Ordinarily speaking, I'll do the dishes like that, get them out of the way, and I'll just take my dish sponge with some regular dish soap and wipe out the stainless steel sink. This little guy, by the way, I just picked up today at TJ Maxx for $3.99, and I like it so much more than leaning the sponge against the walls there or there. So Mrs. Hinch talks all the time about really scrubbing, you know, the streaks and the water spots and the water droplets off of your stainless steel sink, and one of the things that she uses to do that is Zoflora. So I'm going to show you how I used Pine Sol to do the same thing, and I was amazed at how good the smell was. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and just pop this back out of here for right now. Slide it up like that, get the suction cups off, set that aside. I'm going to go ahead and plug up that side of the sink there, and pop this plug right down in here. Then, grab your handy dandy Pine Sol, and I'm just going to dilute, I just dumped like a little bit like that. It's hefty stuff, guys, so you don't need too much. And this, by the way, is not the original pine scent. This is, that's not the name of it. Outdoor Fresh. I was like, powerful scent of clean. What is that supposed to smell like? So then we go in with the hot water here. And I like to use the spray gun a little bit because I feel like it agitates it, makes it a bit soapier. Then I'm going to put my gloves on because yesterday, using that fabric softener on my woodwork, I had a hole in one of my gloves and it ruined my manicure. So, got the gloves on. I washed up our new spongy friend last night. He went through the washing machine and he came out beautifully. So, very pleased with that. And then, with the scrubby side, we're going to get down in here like this, squeeze it out, and then we're just going to go to town. Scrubbing. Look at that shine. I mean, are you kidding me? And then you just flip it over and wipe it out with that soft terry cloth side. I mean, it's a wonder I've never cleaned my sinks like this before. I mean, look at this. Look at the shine. That shine, you guys. So then after you've gone and rinsed it all out, I use these guys. These are just flour sack cloths. I find them a lot more absorbent than your regular kitchen hand towel. Maybe not quite as absorbent as like a microfiber cloth would be, but you go in and you just, you know, I'm one of those people who always thought that maybe it didn't make a lot of sense to dry out your sink after you clean it. Because, you know, I don't dry out my bathtub after I clean it necessarily. It's just going to get wet again, right? But it definitely does just add a little something when you shine it up. So now after she cleans off the stainless steel, she sprays it down with one of a variety of different spray cleaners. Again, stuff I've not heard of here in the States, something called CIF, C-I-F. But I like to use Method Cleaner. I like that it is non-toxic, especially where it's an area that I might be washing foods, cutting up chicken, things like that. So I think it's honestly just supposed to shine up the stainless steel, give it another added kick, and you know, why would we not want to put a French lavender scent over an outdoor fresh? Look at that. And the truth is, guys, it smells incredible, and I'm quite excited to use it again. Oh, I'm gonna put my new favorite. Look at that. Just popped him right in there, so he's, look, can't even see him from over here. Love it. All right, guys, there is loads more hinching. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. I'm sorry. I had one of those Starbucks protein blended cold brews where they put the scoop of protein into the cold brew. And because in my brain it was a protein shake and not a coffee, I sucked that whole thing down in under like 15 minutes, and I'm like, so I've set you down so I can talk, breathe, try to stop shaking. My house still needs plenty of hinching, but there's one more thing that I wanted to show you guys. So the squeegee, which lives in here now. Okay, so a little squeegee that I bought yesterday. This chair, which I sometimes get to use for filming, is regularly covered with a dingy old towel because I have a white chair and a black cat and a gray cat, and they like to curl up right on here. Now I'll show you this chair. Don't know if you can quite see, but it's like a linen material, right? So it's got these kinds of hatch marks, I guess. And hair really likes to lace itself through there, get good and stuck. A vacuum doesn't always do anything. So last night, I had myself a bit of fun, and I went over just this arm of the chair with the squeegee. And it's helpful that most of the cat hair is black and gray, but can you see all these bits here? So what I'm hoping I can show you with this squeegee, look at that, guys. And I actually found out last night doing this that keeping kind of like a lighter touch is actually best. Look at all that. Oh, love it. This squeegee is the first tool I have used that has let me get that cat hair up, because you put the towel down, but they're cats. If they don't want to sit on top of the towel, they'll figure out how to get it out of their way now, won't they? And I'll go the other direction just to get any of those hairs that have laced themselves in through those hatch marks, being quite difficult. But look at all that. Look at that. So I am going to finish hinching this chair and probably keep trying a few other tips around my house, but I hope that you enjoyed this. If you are a Hinch Army member, we are Hinch Army strong. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, especially if you're stateside and you've been obsessing about Mrs. Hinch, but you've been deeply confused about things like Zaflora. So if you're new around here, click subscribe. I would love to have you. My goodness, if Mrs. Hinch got to see this video, that'd be amazing. Hello to you. You are fantastic. I love watching your Instagram stories. You're so inspiring. And, you know, since chances are good she's not going to be watching this, I'm just glad all of you got to watch me fangirling really hard. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.